Rev up your engines! Are you looking for the perfect project car? My son bought this 81 El Camino for $500 and he's planning on a full restoration. Only time will tell how that goes, but it's a good beginning. It's typical 81. You can see it's got rust spots. They're all gonna have rust spots. And it's missing pieces here and there. But still got a pretty solid body. It isn't covered with Bondo. If it was in New York State, it would be. But this is in Tennessee. Now, in this case, it's not the collector's item. Doesn't have the V8 engine, has a V6 engine, but you can get them so much cheaper. And truth be told, the guys driving the V8s, they often rag the heck out of them. Then you got to do the engine and tranny and differential over. With these, a lot of times you don't have to. It's still got the engine that came with the V6, transmission, rear end. It's all original, and it still ran. It ran when he bought it. Now, yeah, it needs a lot of work. Listen to it. Bounces and squeaks, but for $500, it's a solid car. And being a Chevy, parts are readily available for. Soon after he bought it, what happened? The starter went bad. You know how long it took him to find a starter? He drove down the street to an AutoZone. They had them in stock. Now, when he first bought it, it ran, but it really didn't stop at all. The brakes went all the way to the floor. He had to change the brake booster and a couple of the lines. And again, easy to find those things. Remanufactured ones are all over the place for these old Chevys. You can get parts readily, and since they're so big, working room is no problem. These things are easy to work on. If you like working on cars, let's say, even if you're a young guy, maybe you're not into the really old stuff, but if you want to learn how to fix cars, best to start on an old one that's simpler and work your way up to computers. And yeah, it's not the old split seats in the front. They're not bucket seats or anything, but back in the day, they served a very useful purpose for guys Saturday night. Now, before he bought it, it was sitting for 6 months. All he had to do was jump start the old battery, and it started right up. Didn't change the oil, didn't do anything. Try that with a modern computerized car. These old things, hey, they were solid built, and they were simple. Now, yeah, you don't want to buy a rust bucket, but check this out. Here's the body. Here's the frame. Looks rusty, but you can hear it's solid as can be. That's just surface rust. It means nothing. A fanatic's going to sand it down, frame it, probably paint it jet black, but this is solid. If this crunched in when you hit it, don't buy it. You don't want one with a rotten frame. Now, I personally love these El Caminos for one reason. A car, pickup truck, station wagon, all rolled into one. And if you're carrying stuff, look, you can reach over, pull it in and out. It's not like a high-up pickup truck where you're straining or you gotta climb in. You can reach right in. And even though this is a 6, you can still tow stuff with it. They're handy for towing stuff around. It's a really good all-around vehicle. I could never understand why they just didn't keep making the things myself. And beds, they really have a lot of room. And I love the curved glass on the back. And really, quite a bit of stuff for a car this old. An old car like this, especially if you want to fix it up nice, put in AC. If you got the original AC, that whole system's going to be shot. It is so old. It is better to bolt on new parts, start from scratch, and you'll have killer AC just like in a brand new car, versus having a system that is 30 or 40 years old. You know that's going to break down. And truthfully, living in Houston, Texas, every single one of my customers who bought a project car that already had AC, that was 30 years or older, they either spent a fortune fixing the AC, or it nickel and dimed on death. They'd change one part and it would blow cold, but not cold enough. Then it would stop, then they had to change another part. Better to put a whole new system in it, then it's like a new car, at least the air conditioning part is. Now, as for the odometer mileage, now, I really doubt if this has 13,689 miles. I'm guessing at least 113,000 and maybe 200. You never can tell. And yeah, the dash is cracked like Death Valley, and the paneling kind of follows suit. Now, admittedly, it starts a little rough. And of course, it needs a little exhaust work. But look, It's not smoking out the back, but yeah, it smells like an old Chevy. There's no arguing that. But listen to the engine. It's still pretty smooth. You take care of a 6 and don't beat it. At least these old ones. You can forget the new ones. But these old ones, they can hold their own. It's not that hard to throw a V8 in one of these things if you really want to go whole hog. And this one's already come with a cool mod. Death Head chrome door unlockers. I like this high pickup truck where, hey, you can't easily pick things out, especially if they're heavy. You gotta take the tailgate out. You can't just slide stuff in and out. Hey, getting this heavy thing out of here, and it was even bigger, is a royal pain. But not here. Yeah. And being lower to the ground, these things corner quite well. They're not like a pickup truck way high up in the air and have a tendency to tipple over. These things handle pretty well for a vehicle their size and their age. GM plans on bringing El Camino back in 2020. Let's just hope they don't screw it up like they did with the Blazer. So if you're looking for a good project car, an old 81 El Camino might be the job for you. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.